Jaden. Jaden Smith went from Jaden Smith to Jaden, like he's just Prince or something like that. The artist formerly known as. Yo, Jaden Smith went from this,
I wanna go home,
into this.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I think he evolved, bruh. He evolved. Yo, what up? It's your boy Black with Black TV, where we give you reviews and hip-hop news. And today, I'm doing a review on Jaden Smith's second debut album, Erys. But first, don't forget to hit subscribe to Black TV for more reviews, more reactions. Hit that like button. And in the comment section below, tell me what is your favorite Jaden song you have ever heard of. What genre do you like Jaden to do? You like him to do trap, alternative, rock and roll? Put it in the comment section below. So with that being said, let's go ahead and talk about Jaden Smith, Erys. Did I say that right? Erys, like I said before, is Jaden Smith's second debut album, and the last album I heard from Jaden was Sire, and that album was extremely dope. That album came out last year, and I didn't do a review on it, but I did put that album in my top 5 best albums of the year, and it just really surprised me on how Jaden Smith was so excellent in the quality and the production was on this album. If you're not familiar with the project Sire, it had songs like Batman on there, and my favorite song off of that album was Icon. I'm just an icon living. I'm just an icon living. Yeah, that song was pretty dope, bruh. And now you got Erys, which was more of a melodic type sound with a little bit of trap, with a little bit of rock and roll. It just has a little bit of everything in it. And after hearing this album, it was pretty decent. I mean, it was okay. He said in an interview that the reason he called this album Erys, which is Sire backwards, is because Sire was more of the angel side and Erys is more of the demon side, which you can really hear that in this album. It has a lot of more aggression and frustration in the music, and you can hear it. But let's go ahead and get into the album cover. The album cover is very similar to Sire, but it's flipped backwards, and he's sitting on a couch. It's nothing really deep into this cover, but you know, the Sire was like a bluish, and this is more like a pinkish. But going into what I like about Erys is that this album sounds very unique. It doesn't sound really anything similar to what anybody is doing nowadays. It's a very, it has, like I said before, it has a lot of different sounds in it. It's a very melodic album. It has a tad bit of rock and roll, a tad bit of trap, and just a tad bit of alternative in it. And just like Sire, this album started off with 4 tracks, P-I-N-K, and Sire started off with Blue. And you know, with Blue started off basically more of like a trap type feel, like a melodic feel, but this right here has a mixture of everything in it. Like in each one, like track 1 was P, track 2 was I, track 3 was N, and my favorite out of that intro was K, track 4. And out of that, it has a smooth transition through all of the tracks, and the tracks was pretty dope. And just off the features alone, you can tell he put people on here that he really admires on here, like Tyler the Creator. Then he got Willow. He got Trinidad James on here, A$AP Rocky, and Kid Cudi, which all those songs with those features, the production was great on it, and the features was excellent. You could tell that these feature choices fit Jaden Smith perfectly on the style of this album and how it sounded. But the best production track on here, me personally, was track 8, Got It. It's just, I hate that it was extremely too short. It's only a minute 16 seconds, and I just wish that he had made that into a full song. I'm not gonna really compare this to XXXTentacion, but this album really sounds like XXXTentacion's Question album, but it sounds a lot better. It has a lot better production in it, and you can tell that Jaden is kind of like going into that lane of what X was doing, but kind of in a better sense. And I can feel that, yeah, you get what I'm saying? He's gonna do better than X. Rest in peace, X. But my favorite song on Erys is track 11, Summertime, featuring Willow. I'm really surprised that these two can have a good collaboration song together. This is my first song actually hearing Willow being on a track with Jaden. You know, I know people saying that on the Lost tapes they have more songs to collab. I haven't heard that, but I just wish that they would do a album together, and that would be extremely dope. Like, Willow didn't have a lot of time on this song, but she sounds excellent, especially on track 1P. I think she's on the intro of that, and they just need to go ahead and do an album together, bro. Just go ahead and do it. And is it just me, or do Willow sound like Shakira on Summertime in Paris? It's just me. That's just me, bruh. But going into my dislikes, it's not a lot of dislikes I really don't like about this album. It's just that it's a lot of information to dissect for a reviewer to dissect, because it's a lot of stuff going on in this album. But the number one thing I don't like about this album is, like, it's a lot of beat switch ups in this album, and that just gets on my nerves, because it seems like he's trying to cram more into this project than it should really need. It already has 17 tracks, and even on the deluxe album it has 3 more tracks, and the album could have been cut short just a tad bit. But some of the tracks that have different beat switch ups in it, it's like track 4K, the beat sounds like Clippers is cutting on in the mid beat, then it transitions to another beat. It sounds good, but that could have been a song separated by itself, because I like the transition on how it did that when the Clippers came on, and then whoever made that beat with the Clipper sound in the background was extremely dope. It just should have been a song separated from that. And track 7 again, like in mid beat it was a hype beat, then it just extremely slowed down into a melodic type song. And track 13, Pain, which I really like it started off trap and hype, and then like once again in the mid of the song it just switched melodic, and it sounded like more of a alternative song. And it's just me personally, that's just a nitpick. It really just got on my nerves that he put a lot of beat transitions in this album. But my least favorite song is track 9, Fire Department, because, you know, this song right here is straight up a rock and roll song. You know, that's not my type of genre, but mixing it in with this album right here, I think it kind of throws it off when you get to this song. Like, it's another rock and roll song on here. Like, I think track 12, Blackout, is more of a rock and roll type feel, but it's not a full type of rock and roll feel. It has a little alternative sound to it. But track 9 is just a straight up rock and roll song. I think he deliberately did that just to show his how diverse he is in music. But let me go ahead and rate Erys by Jaden. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a light 7 out of 10. You know, me personally, I like Sire better because it has more hip-hop elements to it, but that's just a personal preference. It depends on what type of person you are and what kind of music you like. You might like this over Sire, but Erys is very creative, a very diverse album, and it has a lot of nice tracks on here that you might like. And The feature choices are good, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. But the most important question is, what do you think of Jaden's Erys? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Put your comments in the comment section below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, I holla. Next time on Black TV.